Alright guys, so it's been about 4 hours, and that's what's left of the West systems, and this was at room temperature. That's good and hard after just 4 hours, and so we will release the pressure. Ooh, it's nice and warm. It's all cold in my shop. Put that back on my seat, as if my ass wasn't hot enough already. So this stuff can be interesting to remove. That black tape. Very sticky. This works out okay. I should be able to reuse this bag. Might have to add some new tape. Very sticky. Okay. Piece of cake. Alright, so I had put these rubber bands on here just to kind of hold that batting in place long enough for the bag to be applied and cinched down. Oh, it's nice and warm. Find an edge here. That's interesting. There's an indent right here where the pressure valve was. You can see all the glue that was soaked up by the batting. That removes weight. So that's good. And always looking for edges, an edge here. Let's see. There we go. Pull that. Ah, I can see another, there's a seam in here. Roar. I did not expect seams this time. But there's one that runs all the way down here. It's not as bad as on serial number 1. I'll be able to, I think what I'll do is I'll probably sand that down and then get a nice smooth sanded surface, and before I start laying up the additional layers, the carbon layers. This is the peel ply. There we go. We'll get all that off. A couple more pieces and we should be about done here with the peel ply. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup work here before we try and get this thing off of the cardboard. And so while I do that, y'all can go grab a cup of coffee. Okay, so I've had some dinner, and I've been sanding on the tube, Permagrit, rough side, sanding off some of the ridges, and one of the ridges was big enough that sanding it smooth made me go. I went through it. So I decided to use that as the cut line, and so where'd it go? There we go. So there's a cut line right here which kind of follows that ridge, and the intention here is to cut all the way along this thing longitudinally, and then I'm going to peel the tube off. That's the plan. Just like that. Oof, that is thin. Oh. Maybe I'll just leave that release film that we put on with a little bit of 3M77 several hours ago. I think I'm going to leave it kind of attached to the fiberglass for right now, because fiberglass is very thin. And this particular part of the process, well, theoretically, the purpose of this part of the process was just to allow me to get the damn thing off of the cardboard form. Trying to be gentle because this is fairly thin. There we go. Okay, there it is. We have a 3-inch diameter fiberglass tube. Very light. Even though this started off as 2 layers of 3-ounce cloth, the sanding, in order to get it back smooth again, has taken off a considerable amount of weight. This is where the pressure vent thing was, and the suction caused actually this whole area right here to pull up away from the cardboard form, and so during sanding it got thin and I just pulled it out. So this tube is alright, so this tube is 26 inches long, and when all is said and done, what I need is 2 10-inch sections that are good and usable. So I'm going to lay up to the left and lay up to the right of this air roar, and so I'm going to get some stuff ready and get ready for the next step. Step 6, 12. I'm not sure where we're at.